It's Ogre. Or is it Ogre? We're cooked. We're cooked. But that's the thing about getting cooked, is you can always get more cooked. And every day for the past week, we've been getting more cooked. So, wow. What a beautiful looking chart. Let's get this thing started. Bitcoin right now, dumping. Lawrence, hey, welcome in everyone. Welcome in. Someone said Bitcoin is not crashing. Stop capping. Well, it doesn't look like it's pumping. Does it? Am I looking at the chart wrong? We got a lot of things to be talking about today. Yeah, I guess it's not crashing. It's just been going straight down for the past 2 weeks. You're right. My bad. You're right. It's not crashing. It's just only going down with no signs of a bounce whatsoever. It's not crashing. It's just literally going straight down. It's not crashing. It's just dead. It's not crashing. It's just cooking us. So Bitcoin RSI has now fallen to a level that we haven't seen since the FTX collapse. Can you believe this? Can you believe that's kind of crazy? Look at that. You can see it on the chart. These are levels we haven't seen since FTX imploded. Remember, there was like the FTX arena. There was Sam Bankman-Fried, who was like the giga autist who was supposed to save crypto, who was going to bail everyone out. Remember this? Do you remember this guy? He was going around saying like, hey, if any crypto companies need help, I'll be the guy to bail you out. And FTX collapsed, and it was pretty bad. I remember it. I never had an account on FTX, so I personally didn't lose any crypto with it, but a lot of people did. A lot of people, influencers and people, all lost a decent amount of money with that. The market was very scared. And we're lower on the RSI now than then. It's kind of crazy, right? Talk about dumpy. Fed cutting rates, what happens? We dump. Fed delaying rates, we dump. ETFs buying or selling, we dump. Equities pumping or dumping. Powell hawkish or dovish. Tariffs or no tariffs. Shutdown or no shutdown, doesn't matter. It's just dumpy after dumpy after dumpy. What's going on? Welcome to crypto. Welcome to crypto 2025, where the only thing the chart does is go down. A lot of people like to joke that people either like to say we're going to go up, we're going to go down, or we're going to go sideways. Wrong. It's a lot easier these days. There's only one direction we go now. It's easy. Actually, it's never been easier to be a crypto influencer. You don't even have three options anymore, right? You can't say we're pumping, dumping, or sideways. You only have one choice. We're just dumping. That's the only thing we can do. Bitcoin 2025, where the only thing we can do is get completely diddled and dumped on. Beautiful. This is my favorite market experience so far. According to the 4-year cycle, and according to Crypto Rover, but also, yeah, according to the 4-year cycle, if the Bitcoin 4-year cycle is true, we're in a bear market. We're cooked. We've been cooked before, but I think we're getting a little too cooked. We did see this. This is somewhat big news. In a plethora of dumpiness, we're going to talk about some good news. The U.S. Congressman introduces a new strategic Bitcoin reserve bill and says there will be no capital gains on Bitcoin. But that's probably also because nobody's going to have any capital gains regardless. I did not get any new sound effects. If you guys have any ideas, I'd love to get some garbage sound effects. But yeah, so that's good. But the downside is that there are no capital gains to be taxed on because they just simply don't exist. We did see this, however. The crypto market cap bounced back from the 3-day EMA 200 level. For anyone curious, this is the exact same level that marked August 2024's bottom and April 2025's bottom. Pop a goof. That's a good idea. That's a good idea for a sound effect, actually. I do want to get that. If you can record one for me and send it to me on Twitter or on X, I will happily add that to the stream. Yeah, we can do let's do If you guys want to send me your sound effects, either on Instagram or Twitter, then I can incorporate them, record them, and put them onto the stream. But yeah, what is this? So this would mean, let me actually look at this really closely. So that basically means the entire crypto market cap would be at about $3 trillion. $3 trillion market cap, which currently, what is the total crypto market cap? Oh, it's actually, we're there right now. We're actually slightly below that. So they're saying, I mean, that tweet apparently is suggesting maybe the bottom, or at least a bounce is in. Fat chance. Binance Spot continues its selling as well, and this has probably been one of the biggest things that I think, and I've made the case a couple times in the last few streams, but yeah, like when CZ was pardoned and Binance just started dumping, we have seen this slow death of crypto, right? In terms of price gains, we've seen the slow death of any gains in this market. And Binance Spot is continuous selling. So really, how are we going to make gains if this pressure continues? The short answer is we're probably not, right? Don't have to overcomplicate it. If we keep getting dumped on by Binance, good luck with that. So let's move on. OG Bitcoin Whale did sell about $1.3 billion in Bitcoin. Owen Gundon, a Bitcoin holder since 2011, has now sold all of his 11,000 Bitcoin, worth about $1.3 billion in US dollars. One of Bitcoin's earliest whales is now out. That's crazy, right? So is that going to stop the bleeding? No. That's my prediction, no. Let's continue. Virtual Bacon says we can't stay. This is a topic I want to talk about because there's a few tweets about this. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, the longest consecutive days of extreme fear in Bitcoin history. Can't stay like this for much longer, he says. Virtual Bacon. We know what comes next. Am I still bullish? Absolutely. I'm bullish, but I have to reverse the chart. So I'm bullish on I'm bullish on pumping to the downside. But yes, the answer is yes. This is the lowest fear ever, lower than the FTX collapse. We see the RSI lower than the FTX collapse. Somebody said, "Hope I'm tired of winning." Oh, I'm not down at all. Positive vibes all the way. Sometimes you need to get dumped on to really appreciate getting pumped on. And you need to get pumped on to appreciate getting dumped on. This is the lowest fear ever, lower than even the FTX collapse. Returning will be massive. We saw FTX collapse bottom around like 12 in extreme fear, and Bitcoin price was like 20K. Keep in mind, I mean, Bitcoin itself isn't doing too bad. We're in extreme fear, single digits in the Fear and Greed Index. And no, we're not actually at 91,000. At this second, we are at 87,809. Ooh, let's take actually a little break from going over some of the news today because Bitcoin is dumping live. So let me, give me one sec. Yeah, Bitcoin is dumping live, so let's appreciate this. This is on a weekly chart. Absolute diddling. We're getting absolutely diddled. And this is the daily chart as well, getting absolutely diddled. So I want to take a brief little pause from the news real quick and see if we get a crash. I mean, so far, this is the biggest daily candle to the downside we've seen since the 14th, so in about 6 days. But that's the good thing, is that we could go even lower. Mr. Blockton said, "I'm shaking right now." I'm literally crying, shaking, squealing, and gooning all at the same time. I'm quite literally gooning with my mind. Mind gooning. Mooning. Whoa, no way. Mind gooning and gooning and mind gooning equals mooning. Somebody said dumping like the day after Taco Bell. I actually had Taco Bell for the first time recently in a long time. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, like Taco Bell kind of slaps. Like it was really good. And they probably have like decent protein, right? In like some of the Taco Bell stuff. Somebody said stocks are dumping too. Let's take a look at stocks. The SPX is down about 0.19. NASDAQ is flat. Dow Jones is flat. So some of the biggest indices are not mega dumping. NVIDIA is down like 0.5%. So What is Tesla? Tesla's up 1%. GameStop is down 1%. What stocks are dumping? Because it looks like pretty mild, to be honest. The only thing that really is dumping is that, oh, somebody had Taco Bell last night. Nice. I had Wagyu for the first time last night, like actual Wagyu. It was kind of insane. It like melts in your mouth. And then I also just had like a regular steak, and I was comparing the flavors, and like Wagyu was like really good. Oh, 87,600. Wow. Has it ever been more over? No, I think this is the most over it's been. I don't think Bitcoin's going to zero. I think it's going below zero. I think we're going sub-zero. We're definitely going below zero. Where's the next support? Next support levels. Let me run some analysis real quick. Next support may or may not be 0 or lower. We're going to 69K. Nice. Ooh. 69K. There is no pump. Not today, there's not. Crypto Fart says, what is this guy on? I love your name, Crypto Fart. Nice. We're bouncing from here, negative 69K. Nice. We're continuing to go a little lower, 87,500. My doctor says too much dumping gives you hemorrhoids. I actually can vouch for that. It does happen, yeah. Like if you dump too much, if you wipe too hard, for sure, it causes hemorrhoids. Be careful. Eat more fiber. Get your protein, get your carbs and everything, but also make sure you get enough fiber. Do you believe in the heart of the cards? Most likely 80K. Next areas says 74 to 70K. Looks like we might be getting the tiniest little bounce right now. I see the tiniest little wick on the screen. Do you want me to, let me zoom into this actually. We can see, you guys see that tiny little wick on the screen? Look at that. We're up $200. Look at that. Bull market's back. We just bounced $300. I think things are looking pretty bullish right now, actually. I was getting a little bearish, if I'm being honest with you guys, but now we just bounced $400, $500. It's pretty much like the bull market's back. Can we get some ones in the chat for the bull market? Since the bull market's back now that we bounced $500. We're back, boys. I knew we could make it. We're back. The bulls are back. There we go. Beautiful. Good job, everyone. Oh, all right. We're going back down again. Never mind. Bull market's over. We had a solid run. It was about 30 seconds. We're good. Okay, we're dumping again. Bull market canceled. We're gonna get back to the news in a second. I just want to keep watching to see how low we go, because this is, to me, a little exciting. Oh, there is one piece of news I actually want to talk about in a sec here too, but basically it's a tweet. But basically, if you would like short the New York Stock Exchange Open, it's like very consistently been very profitable, like just shorting Bitcoin every time the stock market opens. And like, oh yeah, Pac-Man dying sound, that would be good. But yeah, like if you short the New York Open, it's like pretty consistently we get dumped on at the same time, right? I mean, to me that just screams like, yeah, of course it's dumpy manipulation, but I mean, every market is manipulated. Oh, the bounce is back. Do you guys see that? We're actually up. I think we're up like $300 from the lows today now. $500. It looks like the bull market's back. All right, can we get some ones in the chat for this bull market that just came back? We can summon the bull market. Never mind, we're going back down again. This market's too volatile for me, man. It's all over again. Clavin, my dad is. Cloven 11, Cloven 11. Check out the moon phase schedule. We almost always pump on a full moon and dump on a new moon. Oh, meaning today's a dump day? I'm telling you moon phases. Do you guys remember Marin? She was the girl with the red head, and she did like crypto astrology, and she was like more accurate than everyone or something. I don't know what she's doing anymore, but I don't think she does crypto anymore. Do you guys remember her? She was pretty cool. Like, she was honestly more accurate than me and everyone, to be honest, I think, right? Didn't she have a streak where she was like going crazy? She lost 400K? Damn. I guess the moon's you know you're coping when you reference astrology. Yeah, I know. Has anyone had a successful relationship because of astrology? We have a lot of news to get into, but like I said, we're at the cusp of breaking to new lower lows, and I just really want to look at these charts. I want to catch it live, to be honest. It's 12 o'clock noon at the New York Stock Exchange, or the EST, 12 o'clock noon EST. Is that the trigger for another dump? Actually, it looks like we're going down again. Sounds like a night-year relationship. Gordon says she could change the price of assets by aligning her crystals and manifesting. Northwest, don't say that. That's not true. I've been doing my best, and I've been manifesting gains. I've just... Oh, is this a new low? 87.5? Is this my penthouse? No. And soon I'm not going to be streaming from it. Soon I'm going to be moving it in with mama and papa. Back in with mom and dad. Good news is she makes cookies a lot. Someone said, what's my address? Yeah, let me give everyone my address real quick. What is going on? Someone says I miss 88K. I know. If only we were back at 88K, which we were a couple seconds ago. Those were the good old days, back when we were at 88K. New lows? 87.4? Okay. Yeah, let's actually flip the chart real quick. We can get this. Let's get bullish in the chat. This is the most upside we're going to see, is just by inverting it. So let's watch the dump upside down. 87.4, nice. Why am I wearing a t-shirt? Why would I not? What else would I be wearing? I just got influenced to go back to work at McDonald's. 87.4 right now. The low right now, or should I say the high, is about 87.380. But we're about to smash it. Swap the red candles to green candles. That actually might be a good idea. I will do that. I don't want to have to navigate all that right now, but in the future, I'm actually, because it'll probably be dumping tomorrow, I'll switch it and we can do that tomorrow. Switch all the green to red and red to green. We're pumping hard right now. We're pumping hard to the downside right now. This is quite a big pump to the downside right now. This is pretty bullish. Look at this. We've been going straight up since November 11th. Mr. Blockton said, "Do I think that the 4-year cycle is broken?" I think that the game has changed. Does that mean that? I think it's. I don't think it's a black and white question. I think that the game has changed, and there's going to be a lot of differences slowly. I mean, we're already seeing differences. We already saw them before this bull cycle even started. So I think the game has changed. I don't think it's as easy as doing the same things cycle-wise that everyone did in the past. Clearly that didn't work out. It didn't, right? Eat My Shorts subscribed. I love that name. My second favorite name would be Eat My Jorts, like jean shorts. I actually need to get some jean shorts. That would be kind of sick. We're pumping big time to the downside. 87K. Let's actually zoom in. Like I said, I have a lot of news I want to talk about, but the price is absolutely creaming right now, so I want to just watch it pump to the downside. See, that's one of the things, you can turn every negative into a positive if you just trick yourself. So we're not dumping, we're pumping to the downside. See? Everything's better now. We're not losing money, we're just getting rich in reverse. I like that actually a lot too. We're getting rich in reverse. See? Life can be good if you just lie to yourself, if you're just delusional. You can always be happy. 87.2. 69. Nice. Should I sell my chalupa for the dip? Ooh, no, I would recommend slurping that chalupa down. Get some protein. Cardanian said losing worthless money is not that bad. I actually, funny enough, a couple weeks ago, I jokingly actually did ask ChatGPT to make me a resume. Because, hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a job. And I was just thinking to myself, hey, like, maybe I should just get back on the horse. Get back to work. Start contributing to my local grocery store or whoever's willing to hire me. I have about a 6-year gap in my resume, and I have no skills, so it might be hard for me to get a job. But I think if I showed them that I'm a little bit of a go-getter, they might give me a position, hopefully. Charges in 69 position. Nice. Nice. It looks like we're having a little bit of a dump right now. 87.3. 87.3. I'm getting a little confused because I have this inverted. I need to look at this normally for a second. Oh yeah, it looks bad. It looks bad. This is almost as big as our red candle we got on Friday the 14th, which Bitcoin, that was the candle that got us distinctly actually below 100K for the first time, right? So we were at 100K. We had not lost 100K at all since back in June when we bounced on it exactly at 100. We lost it on Friday the 14th. That was the biggest dump, from about 99 or about 100K to about 93K. A couple, not big dumps, but some green, some red, whatever. But this is the biggest red candle since we lost 100K. So that's pretty significant. This is a pretty big dumpy day. Can we get some likes in the chat for pumping to the downside? Can we get some likes in the chat can we get some likes if you're okay with getting rich in reverse? Now I'm poor on paper as well as real life. Oh wait, we're dumping again. Let's switch this so we can pump to the upside again. Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna refill my water quick. Everyone, make sure to stay hydrated. Actually, that's good advice. Staying hydrated makes it easier to lose money. I'll be right back. Beautiful. Peter Sniff was right, wasn't he? I should never have bought in Bitcoin at 2,000, at 1,500, at 1,800. Peter Sniff was right. L Link says he's going long on my upside down chart. Be careful. Godonym says, it's my first year in crypto. Do we have any hope? No. No. But we actually are pumping to the downside right now. So let's get some hypes in the chat if we're excited to pump to the downside. Yeah, let's go. I would never be a bag holder, Matrix says, but here I am. True. Bear market's back. Actually, I will add that. I will add some nice, some bearish music. I got to remember what I used to play during the last bear market. Zcash is pumping, and we're currently, okay, we're at 86,969. Nice. That was 86969. Double 69. Nice. Fluric says, "Can I get a shout out?" Yeah, this is your shout out. This might be one of my last time to be able to give shout outs because I'm going to be busy at my new 9 to 5, stocking and doing whatever I can get hired for. Oh, 86.8. Beautiful. I look at my phone for like 10 seconds and we get to put it in a new higher higher high on the inverse chart. Oh, this is bullish. This is bullish on opposite day. This is bullish. Guys, hit that like and subscribe if you are bullish on Bitcoin right now. Somebody said, jokes on Bitcoin. I'm currently at the casino losing. You know what's so funny? I was literally at a casino last night. I was literally there. I don't like gambling at casinos that much because basically my entire net worth I gamble every day by having it in crypto. But I lost like $30, I think. Honestly though, the casino that I was at had such good food, which is why I like going because they have good food there. I don't care about like losing money at a casino. I mean, I don't really like going to casinos to gamble really. I like to just go eat. 86.7, 86.6. Justin said, draw a horizontal line at current price level. It was resistance, failed support in March. Let's do that. Let's put the chart back on into reality and let's draw a horizontal line and let's see. Yeah, right. That's true. That was support that failed became resistance, and then once we broke above that, that's actually true. That's a good point. Like, oh, sorry. Let me zoom out so you guys can see it. Give me 1 sec. Let me actually put it on widescreen. That's true. Yeah, maybe we'll get a bounce here. Unlikely. Melvin, welcome back, brother. What is that? How do you have that crown with a number 2? What does that mean? I don't know what all this live stream stuff means. Goblin Town. You mean maybe we'll get a dump? Matrix says, I love how you just don't let facts get in your way. Hey, that's how you, to be a moon boy, that's what you got to do. You got to pick and choose what kind of facts, what's facts and what's, you have to be delusional to be a baby bull sometimes. Eraldi says we were up 2x from the last cycle top. Last cycle we were up 3.5x. All right, so bullish on a frontal lobe lobotomy. All right, so I'm actually going to cover a little bit of news quick because although Bitcoin is dumping, actually let me put that horizontal on the weekly chart right here. And then we'll go back to an up close dumpy chart and let me invert it so that we can be extra delusional, so we can pump to the downside. T-Bird says, guys, don't worry. The post halving year is always most bullish. Guys, don't worry. Q5 will be bullish. Somebody said I'm going to eat 2 eggs if we don't hit 200K. Oh, we're not hitting 200K this year. We're not hitting 200K this year. There's a chance that 2026 could be pretty bullish. There's a chance that we just are going into a long-term bear market, but there's absolutely a chance that we actually have a surprise 2026 that's very bullish, just like how the end of this year was surprisingly bearish. Right? But anyway, let's actually take a look at a little bit of news that I had pulled up here. Okay, so yeah, as we said, this is the lowest fear ever, lower than the FTX collapse. And the crypto market is in extreme fear because people are panicking with the thought no one has really made money this cycle. And Bitcoin has already dumped into bear market territory. So that's why the fear is so big. People largely have not made a ton of profit as well. A lot of people haven't made money, especially if you're all in on altcoins. I would go as far to say is that if you're all in on altcoins, not only have you not made money, you've only lost money. I don't know if that's controversial to say. But if you're all in on altcoins, it doesn't look too good. Oh, Michael says he managed a 5x this cycle. Can you tell me how? How'd you do that? I'm actually going to create a poll real quick. Wait, did Michael ever answer? How did he? Wait, let me put this back on the live price dumping quick. Oh my gosh, nice. We're still kind of pumping to the to the downside. I gotta find his chat. He said, where was it? Michael said he managed a 5x this cycle. Somebody said, wait, hold on, bullish. I can't even. Michael, let me look for Michael's name. ETH let me down. I got boned last cycle. Just traded the 4-year cycle, Michael said. Oh, Bitcoin mainly is how you 5x. And BNB. Yeah, that's actually true. The best play this cycle so far has been just buy Bitcoin. True. I guess in hindsight, it was kind of an easy play considering the Bitcoin spot ETFs were like really big news. And guys, also, before we continue with like the news and stuff, it is true. Like, if you think about it, and I've had this opinion for a long time, but like there's so much garbage altcoins. There are so many garbage altcoins. I hate that there's a ton of garbage altcoins. 99.999% of altcoins are garbage. There's quite literally like, isn't there like tens of thousands of altcoins? Let me look it up actually. How many altcoins are there? There should be like, I don't know. There's no need for any more than 50, maybe 50 max. How many altcoins are there? How do I get the exact number of current altcoins? Can anyone give me an answer of how many altcoins exist right now? The fact that it's more than 100 is honestly like an insult to anything. Tens of thousands. Yeah, there's like, and so yes, this market is so frothy with so much garbage and scams. Like, so in a way, how is a shakeout going to happen where we don't have all of these garbage coins again? I don't know, but maybe if everybody just started putting money in Bitcoin for the most part, tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of altcoins. I mean, they do just get created out of thin air every day. What are we? 86.8. Beautiful. Let me see what the poll says. Wow, 50% of the chat said they're bullish. Nice. I guess we're all dumb then. I put bullish as well for my answer. Hit that like and subscribe if you're bullish, and hit that like and subscribe if you're bearish, but don't hit the like and subscribe if you live with your mom and she still puts you to bed every night. Hit that. Don't subscribe if your mom tucks you into bed every night, but subscribe if she doesn't tuck you into bed because you're a big adult and you're not a big baby. But if you're a big baby, don't subscribe. But if you're not a big baby, hit that subscribe. Let's continue with the news. So 86.8. Okay, let's continue with some updates here. Yes, very dumpy. Kelly Kellum says on X, Bitcoin is at one of these three market stages. In green here, it's the reset before liftoff. Here in optimism, the most optimistic take of where we are. 70% in orange, meaning we're 70% through the bull and a retrace before one final push into euphoria, and then it's over. Or in red, the bull is over, we're going much lower, below 70K. So that's a good, I'm curious what you guys all think in chat. My opinion, I actually have to think about that for a second. I'm not even sure where my opinion lies on this. So if we're in denial, which is the thing he said was the last one, if we're in that phase, that means we've already been in a bear market for a decent amount of time, right? Yeah, it's possible we go below 70K tonight. Wait, what is the price at right now? Nah, probably not 70K tonight. I don't know. I definitely don't think, well, I really don't know. I don't have a good answer on what I think where we are. I think that there's a case to be made for all three of them, to be honest. That's why it would be really hard for me to pin down where exactly I think we are. I think you could say, yeah, we're in optimism. Yeah, we are in belief. Or yes, we're in denial. They all, like, I could be convinced of all three of them. The only thing I do know for sure is we're not at euphoria, and we have not been at euphoria literally this entire bull market. If you want to even call it, wait, what is this top comment here? Why is this not one of your possibilities? Seems like we're on the drop after the top with the dead cat bounce and a complacency looking forward. Yeah, that's also a possibility too. Meaning like euphoria, and we're at this area, and there will be a bounce back. But it seems so unlikely at this point, right? Because we're getting no bouncing whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, fourth option as well. You can make a case for that, but where's the bounce? Because we're not getting one. I mean, if you really do look back, even on this weekly chart, where we are right now has some of the most. Ooh, let me put actually the VR. I think it's the VRVP. Let me look at this. Yeah, wait, give me 1 sec. We can see if there's like a lot of accumulated volume right here. Let me zoom out real quick. Hello, do we get any British folk in the do we have any British people in here? Britain's my favorite continent. Let's see here. Not a ton of volume really accumulated there. Kind of around like 84, something like that. Massive amount of volume, obviously, at 69K. Nice. Which was the top in the last bull. Wait, that's still kind of crazy to me. I mean, actually, no. I guess we did technically go up to like 73K or something. But I still think it's so funny that 69K, nice, was basically like the top of the last bull market. Such a meme. This market is such a meme. Evil Gibatron says, I'm sure these people are all qualified analysts. Analysts? I don't think there's a single YouTuber that is a qualified analyst. We all just sit in our bedrooms and look at charts. What do you mean? That's why I always think it's funny, like with crypto people, like when people take themselves really seriously on crypto, it's like, bro, you know, you're just sitting in your house, like looking at charts, drawing lines. Like that's what I do too. But it's like, I don't take it that seriously because like, also, I always think it's funny when like really accredited investors, whatever, you can watch them on CNBC and they basically say the same thing as people on YouTube anyway. Like if you I have it on right back here. I have CNBC on. I've watched this so many times. They all say the same garbage anyway. Like whether you are sitting there in a suit in Wall Street or you're sitting in your bedroom trading stocks or whatever, everybody basically is just like, yeah, I mean, we could go up or we could go down. Like that's all you can say. There's nothing else you can say. It's like so... You can get really nuanced and you can try to like be like, well, technically if we hit this, then technically this will happen and this, and then if this, if that. But like, it's all literally guessing, right? Whether you're worth $1 billion or $1,000, like everybody's just guessing. You shouldn't take any financial analyst that seriously because like nobody knows. And the smarter people are, the more they'll admit that, where it's like, yeah, I have no idea nobody has any real idea. Like, ooh, looks like we actually might be close to pumping to a new all-time high in reverse today, 86.7. Someone said, shout out to all the idiots who kept buying meme coins. You deserve to be rug pulled. That's a little harsh, but I understand the sentiment. For sure. Wait, let's go on to the next topic real quick as we're dumping. Colin Talks Crypto says, I'd guess that Bitcoin is most likely to be here in complacency, aka relief rally comes next. Okay, cool. So that was like the option that the other person had just commented on that post. But yeah, in this complacency before a relief rally. So good news. If we are here, maybe we'll get a bounce. But that's what Colin Talks Crypto says. We also see we're now. This is now one of the largest drawdowns in the Bitcoin bull market, and actually, because we've dumped even more today, potentially this is the largest drawdown of this current bull market that's been for the last couple years. Really, if we look at the weekly chart, the weekly here, when we let me zoom out even more, actually. Basically here, starting in 2022-ish, this is one of the largest drawdowns of this entire thing. That's kind of crazy, right? Pretty substantial. Pretty substantial. Okay, we'll move on. Tom Lee, down 3.5 million in ETH. His portfolio is still worth about 10. Hash Vibes, shout out. He says, bull market's not over because we didn't have one yet in this cycle. I mean, kind of, yeah. I mean, in a sense, Bitcoin was the only thing that had a bull market. Everything else didn't. So, true. Yeah, that's what I said the other day. I said, there's no way that this cycle is over because I haven't made any money yet. So how can it be over? I haven't made any money. Well, actually, that's not true. I did make money with Bitcoin, but that's literally it. I don't think any of my big altcoin positions actually are up. Well, now they're definitely not up. Let me look at what. So like Cardano's at 43 cents, Ethereum's at 2,800, Solana's at 131, XRP's at $2 even. So yeah, I mean, definitely not in much profit in altcoins right now, if at all, if you were at any point during the cycle. But yeah, Tom Lee, beautiful. We also see here $1.3 trillion Morgan Stanley says that they no longer expect the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates in December. That's not good. That's not good. I would even go so far as to say that's bad. Bitcoin therapist actually saying, lovely, just what we need, more reasons to watch the market completely tank. And it is tanking, but right now we're holding steady at about 86.9, 86.97. I'm confusing myself by inverting this. I need to just put it normal for a little bit again. Okay, cool. Yep, we're still dumping. That's what I thought. All right, moving on to the next piece of news. BlackRock has sold about 1.7 billion in Bitcoin and 1.1 billion in ETH this month. This is the month of November. But in October, the October dump was caused largely by Asian whales. And as I just said, this dump this month has been primarily led by U.S. institutions. So we've had a decent amount of selling across the board. I think that goes without saying. Okay, next piece of news. Phil here. Okay, so for everyone bearish in the crowd, this tweet's for you. He said, I've said it once, I'll say it again. 100% we're in a bear market, he says. Bitcoin has topped. Get on your knees, lock your door, and accept that this is the harsh truth. You will get liquidated on every long, he says. The first relief bounce support is at 77 to 80K, which, again, we can actually pull out our little chart. I prefer the weekly, 77 to 80K. So basically, let me actually get a box. Basically somewhere in this range. Down here is what Phil is saying. He's saying we are in a bear. The next chance for a bounce period is right here. And also that kind of lines up. Why would that be a bounce area? I'm not sure, but that's where we bounced back in April. That was the last real crash that we got this entire year. Remember, we rallied at the very end of 2024, pretty good for the first month or two, honestly kind of sideways. Then we initiated ogre time. We initiated dumpies, massive dumpies, pulled back all the way to about 75K. Are we going back to 75K? Really on this macro chart, there's a chance for a double bottom if we come down to this and we actually bounce here. And it's more and more likely the longer that we get literally no bouncing whatsoever. Somebody said, well, like what percent drop would that be? That would be like another 9% or so, roughly 9 to 10% from where we currently are. And from all-time highs, it would be about a 35 to 40% drop. So that's even a little bit bigger than that's true. When you write bullish, it autocorrects to BS. Very true, very true. It's funny, actually. The poll still has 56% of people saying that they're bullish. Wait, let's get some more votes in the chat. Right now there's 948 votes, 950 votes. 56% of people said they're bullish. Let's see if we can change that number. Everyone, if you're watching, make sure to vote. I'm curious what everyone's sentiment is. Vote honestly though. Don't be a goofball. Make sure to be honest. Tyler says, I enjoy getting dumped on. It makes me feel, again, maybe that's why I like getting dumped on, if you know what I mean. Tyler, I couldn't agree with you more, actually. I think you made a good point. I think you made a really good point. For the first time in history, Jay says, the whole herd was right. Meaning, everybody called the top. I mean, a lot of people were saying that the top. Ooh, are we dumping more? Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. We got some fresh. We're almost at the lows for the day. Okay, wait, yeah, we got to go back on dump watch. Somebody said we're not going to have 5 or 6 consecutive weeks of dumpiness. Okay, so currently we're on 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 3 days left, but we have 4 consecutive dumpies. The only thing that's pumping is cost of living. That's true. Crypto Farmer 10 says I was out of Bitcoin at 105,000. Now selling alts on rallies. Beautiful. Bullish Tyler Durden not being bullish enough. Zcash the hidden gem. Is Zcash the hidden gem? It's possible. I don't know. Somebody spamming in the chat. Lazy retail Jeffrey hallucinating about cashing out on cryptos for life. What is this? What is this schizophrenic? What is this schizophrenic chat saying? Predatory loans are going to get. I love your use of the emojis though. I kind of do like that. I love schizophrenic people in YouTube chats. Okay, 86.7. Nice. Has anyone ever had a McGriddle? Actually, since people are talking about McDonald's, it's like the pancake sandwich. Okay, 86.7. We're so close to putting in. Let me zoom in as much as I can here. 86 point. So the low so far of the day is 86.65 or so. So we're like $50 higher than that. Tobias, what song? What is the intro song you're referring to? I'm gonna try something here. I want to see if we can get something to work. I'm gonna be putting a big green arrow, and I'm hoping that this actually makes it bounce a little bit. We'll give it a couple minutes, and if it makes it bounce, that actually might be pretty big. Let's see if we can get this thing to bounce a little bit. At this point, this is just as likely to make us bounce as anything else, right? Nothing else is working. Let's just draw some squigglies and some big green arrows. Maybe that'll make us rich. I just gotta. I love comments when the prices are going down, especially on Twitter. I love it. Oh, actually, I think that big green arrow did the opposite. We started going down more. Ooh. Sorry about that, guys. We're actually dumping a lot more that I put the green arrow on. My bad. I thought it would work, and actually it just made us dump even more. Ooh. Ooh. No bueno. Ooh. All right, I'm going to get rid of the green arrow. Maybe we can... Let me do the green arrow pointing down. Let's see if that actually makes things go up now. Maybe do like reverse psychology? T-Bird Mr. T, 2 T's in your name. Since alts are dead forever, do we finally finish off these crypto YouTubers? No, guarantee we're going to be stronger and more dumb than ever. Oh yeah, I got to make it red, actually. Okay. Maybe we can do some reverse psychology on the market. It seems like maybe it's possible that this arrow might also be making it dump more. Let's see. Oh yeah, arrow, but let's put the chart upside down. True, good point. Wait, let me I got to make it green again though. Okay, this might be having a reverse effect as well. It's not looking good. 86,420. Nice. Oh, actually, we're bouncing a little bit now. Should I make the green arrow even bigger? Oh, we need a rocket emoji as well? Is there a rocket emoji on here? Yeah, let me find one. I don't know about a rocket emoji, but we have a banana. Ooh. Okay, we're having a little bit of a bounce now. Maybe if I add another banana. Let me get rid of the green arrow and we'll just go straight bananas and see if that helps. No, actually, it looks like we might be dumping again. Well, I have a few other pieces of news I want to talk about while we still get creamed and dumped on. So let's jump into that. So yeah, as Phil says, it's that's the bottom. He's saying is down here before at least any type of bounce. Not even the bottom. He's just saying here before anything. So yeah, possible. We also see this for 2 months straight. You could have shorted every single New York Open and it would have worked 8 out of 9 times. That's kind of crazy. Wow. So maybe everyone should just short every single New York Open. Seems pretty consistent. 8 out of 9 is like a decent, like that's a really good risk to reward. Like that's very consistent. Tracer says the bottom is almost in. The final leg up is coming soon. And his case is that he drew some, let me zoom out here, drew some big falling wedges. It looks like at this moment, actually, our price is lower than what he drew here. So we're actually lower. So according to this, actually, no, we are, that's not good. And then also, Wrecked Fencer saying he's calling it bottom is in. Oh, okay. This is already outdated actually, because that means this would have required that we stayed above like 87,000, and right now we're at 86.8. So, are we cooked? Are we cooked? Well, actually, so far I think these bananas are working because we're up a little bit. Yeah, we're having a little bit of a bounce. 86.3 right now is the low. We're up about $500 from that. And for good luck, I'll put another one. Paste in a full moon and we're done. Okay, let me get a full moon in here. Where's the full moon emoji? Ooh, okay, wait. Actually, probably not the peach emoji. Let me try and find it. 86.8. Looks like the bounce is really coming in big right now. I think this is a good time to be optimistic. I think potentially the bottom is in now because we've bounced $500. Bull market's back. Can we get some ones in the chat to celebrate the bull market being back because we're up $500 again? Okay, yeah, okay, one's in the chat. One's in the chat. Looks like 55% of people are still bullish. 45% in the chat said bearish. 55 bullish. 45 bearish. Those are good numbers. We have about 1,300 votes. Okay, never mind. Bull market's over again. We're down $200 since we bounced. I don't think these bananas are working, but we can put a few more on. Look at this daily RSI and the daily MACD. Is this the lowest that the RSI has been? It is. It is the lowest RSI in the daily has been since February. Specifically, I want to look at the weekly because that's just honestly a little more important. But wow, this is crazy. Evil Candy said, will I perform stand-up at my child's birthday party in McDonald's? Honestly, yeah, I don't want anything to do with your child, but I'll go and get the McDonald's. I'll buy you like a cheeseburger, but I don't want to see your kids, to be honest. No offense. Good, like happy birthday and stuff, but I'm down to chat out on some fries and like a burger, maybe a milkshake. But yeah, keep the kids away, to be honest. Especially if they're Just kidding. I actually plan on having kids someday, so I have to learn to enjoy being around kids. What is this? MACD. Ooh, lowest since January of 2023. Ugh. That was the low though. So our weekly RSI. Wait, was that the MACD or the RSI? Ooh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this dumping is like, ugh. That's kind of crazy. This is the most like there was not really a build up into this, right? It just kind of like the MACD. You look at these things, like even here back in April of 2021, at the literal top of the bull where we started dumping. Even there, it was like a little more gradual. This one, these last three candles have been like almost like doubling in size in terms of the momentum. That's kind of crazy. The weekly chart is absolutely cooked, right? Yeah, I mean, if you look at a weekly, when was the last time we even had this many red candles of this size? I guess back here in May of 2022. That was like the ultimate like depths of the bear, though. That was literally like what sent us, similar candles are what sent us into the lowest, dumpiest parts of the bear. So that's kind of crazy. That, like, let's say that that's actually happening now. It's happening faster than we've ever seen before, too. That's okay, though. Because, ooh, 86.5, 86.6. Our low of the day is 86.3. Okay. We'll continue. See, this is what I find the most interesting. I actually do. Wow. Okay. So Bitcoin's down 5% today. Let me look. So Bitcoin's down 5%. A lot of alts are down 5 to 10%. What is the, okay. So this is, okay. So this truly is one of the reasons as well. If we look at this, the SPX is down 1%. Now Dow Jones is down the NASDAQ is down 1.1%. Dow Jones is down 0.76%. What is gold doing? Gold's actually down a little bit today too. It's down 0.6%. Bitcoin dominance is actually still going down. I find that so interesting that with everything happening, Bitcoin dominance is still going down. Does anyone have any theories of that? Like why exactly? Like, for example, when we saw that flash crash back on October 10th. Remember that? Bitcoin dominance exploded. It went from 59% up to 63% in like seconds on a real dump, right? But dominant. Somebody said Zcash flipping. Is Zcash like doing really well right now? I can look at it. What is Zcash doing? I know it was pumping recently, but I didn't think it was. I mean, it's like, it's not bad, but it's not going crazy right now. It has been on an uptrend since September, though. How much is it up since then? Ooh, a solid 1,200%. That's a lot. 55 to 725. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Does anyone have any Zcash in the chat? Can we get some ones in the chat if anyone has Zcash? Is anyone bullish on Zcash? Is Zcash the new Bitcoin? Just kidding. But really. Ooh, MicroStrategy is down 7% today. Ooh. I was telling somebody that, or I was talking, it was yesterday's stream or the one before, my brother like just started investing in like stocks and everything. He doesn't have any crypto, but he just started investing in like stocks and everything, and he put a lot of his money into MicroStrategy, and so far I think he might have bought the MicroStrategy top. Wait, I think he bought. No, he didn't buy that. I think he bought in like the summer. I think he started investing maybe around like 400 to 350 in MicroStrategy, and now it's down like, let's just say it's like right about here. It's down like 50% something. So yeah, MicroStrategy's been getting absolutely cooked for sure. Absolutely cooked. MicroStrategy. 86.6. Your brother should sell his bed frame. My brother does not own a bed frame. He slept in on a mattress. Aaron, shout out to Aaron, who's 1,000% not watching this. But my boy slept on a in a sleeping bag on the floor the first 4 months that he moved into his place, and the only reason that he got a mattress is because my ex-girlfriend told him to. She was like, "What are you doing?" Somebody said, "Look at Ada." I don't really want to. Oh yeah, it looks like garbage. 43 cents. This flash crash here still is so crazy to me. Basically, so I did see a tweet recently too, where like somebody was like, "What happened on October 10th?" Because like it seems like the market broke since then, and it is true. It's like somebody broke the market with this. A lot of I went through it the other day, but like so many altcoins had this exact same pattern, and yeah, it's like something broke on October 10th. Something crazy that, and I was talking about this yesterday. Like maybe there will be a Netflix documentary in a couple of years, and they'll give us a lot of inside information will come out about what exactly happened or something. But something smells fishy. Something smells fishy here. Something fishy's going on for sure. Quantum computer. So I don't think that quantum computing is going to be a threat in the next year, but I do think that it will be a threat sooner than some people realize, or sooner than, because I think right now the estimation is maybe in the next 5 to 10 years Bitcoin will be vulnerable or something. I honestly think it'll be sooner than that, but obviously I think that the community should just address that and perform the required upgrades and things like that to where it can become quantum resistant as well. So like, I just think it should be taken more seriously, to be honest. Same thing with AI. I think AI is going to accelerate faster than I think people are expecting by like a lot, like orders of magnitude more. I think it's silly to underestimate AI, because what are the risks of overestimating AI? None. What are the risks of underestimating AI? Everything. Meaning like literally everything is at risk if we underestimate AI. And by overestimating it, it's quite literally, there's no downside. We should be extra cautious. We should be extra concerned, honestly, with AI. That's just how I feel about it. It's like a very silly, easy choice, in my opinion. Guys, if you're new here, let's try and smash up to 500 likes. I'm going to be streaming every day, literally every day. So subscribe as well if you want to watch the market dump. Honestly, one of these days I'm going to be live streaming and the market's actually going to start pumping. And that'll be interesting. I wanted to almost start live streaming when things were just garbage, and I picked a good time because things are garbage. But that basically means that in the future, there's only things to be looking, positively towards the future, because right now it's just straight dumpy. I feel like the economic data is bearish, but it's because they're not understanding the impact of AI on GDP and jobs numbers going through an economic transition. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what I want to look. I want to spend a little time really looking. What is the SPX? It's still only down about. I mean, the Nasdaq is down 1.5%. Let me pull it up on this chart. That's a big red candle on the Nasdaq, right? Yo, shout out Brendan in the banana zone. We are cooked. Of course it's bouncing. You don't need to worry. I perform the ritual. Jordy, thank you for doing that. Keep doing that. Keep trying to help us pump, please. 24,000 for NASDAQ, 1.5% down. So I'm not watching. Let me actually go on Twitter and see if there's any big news to be looking out for. Give me one sec. Bitcoin went from 15 to 126K, and some people think the bull run hasn't even started. Yeah, get that out of here, man. Nobody is more stressed right now than the guy who's been in crypto since 2019 and still not worth 7 figures. I mean, 7 figures is like a pretty big accomplishment, though. You know what I mean? Like, just because you don't have 7 figures doesn't mean you're not doing well. I know, like, it's crazy. If you go on crypto Twitter, people will be like, if you don't have at least $30 million, you're poor. Actually, if you go on crypto Twitter, they'll tell you, like, if you don't have $100 million or $1 billion, you're poor or something, right? It's not really reality. $1 million. Can you live your whole life on $1 million? I mean, you could, but like you'd have to live very, very frugally. Could you live your whole life on like 3 million? Yeah, really. Could you live on 5? Yeah. $10 million is a lot of money. I think it's so weird when you get on like crypto Twitter and things like that, and people will say things like that, like, oh no, that's not a lot of money. Like, oh, you only made $1 million. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot. Am I crazy for thinking $1 million is still like a decent amount of money? $1 million doesn't make you rich anymore. Like, you're not rich. But like, am I crazy? $1,000 is not, or sorry, $1,000. $1 million is not like, you know, Elon Musk is about to be a trillionaire. Is he really? Stocks green, crypto bloodbath. Something is happening in the background. It's not good, really bad, says Ted. Interesting. Yeah, this is the most oversold Bitcoin price since 2023. Is this the final shakeout? Fred Krueger on X says this. Let me actually just pull up his tweet. Talk about this in a sec. Yeah, we're gonna pull up a mix of some bullish and bearish tweets. If I can get this to freaking. Oh yeah, okay. This will be good. Yeah, somebody said 100K is life-changing money. Yeah, I mean, really. If you have if somebody gave you 100K right now, you could do some decent things with that, right? Like, what would you do if somebody gave you 100K right now? What would you do with it? And you can't say investing in crypto because that's like the easy answer. If somebody gave you 100K right now and you couldn't invest it, what would you do with it? If you could not invest it. Crypto Michael actually coming in with some insight. We'll look at that in a second as well. Yeah, we all know this, but that's kind of crazy. We'll talk about that in a second. Price action is 100% the result of a forced seller after the 10-10 liquidation. Okay, so this is exactly what I just mentioned. So this will be an interesting talking point as well. I'm curious what the replies are on that tweet. Cool. So we have a decent amount of things we can talk about over the next few minutes about this dump. People didn't like that tweet that I had of bro, some of these replies to these tweets are like so angry. It's so funny to me. That's crazy. Okay, so all right, let's see. Somebody said, oh yeah, I want to read some answers to that. 100K is nothing with kids. Okay, pay off debt. Quit my job at McDonald's. 1.5 million is the average goal for retirement. 1 million can be 50K in stable interest a year easily. Nice. Yeah. So I mean, that's why 100 or a million is like honestly not bad. Buy land, start a failing business. You could get bailed out if it fails. 100K casino and girls. Nice. I don't know about casino. I mean, casino is kind of crazy, but you could spend money on girls, I guess. What would you do? What do you mean? Like, are you talking about like soliciting like services, if you know what I mean? All right, yeah, let's talk about a few of these tweets. So Fred Krueger says his beliefs, it's a correction, not a bear market. Main cause was shutdown, TJ expansion, no spending. OG selling narrative was real. So, I mean, it is proven now at this point there are a decent amount of OGs that have been selling, right? Specifically that guy from 2011 he just sold. I think he's out of his position now, but $1.3 billion worth of Bitcoin. That was some pressure that the market has been absorbing. And when I say absorbing, I don't mean like it's not been absorbing it very well. Like it's obviously dumping. But that was a big catalyst for this. One of the comments here also says thoughts on quantum fear. real or overblown. It is real, but overblown in the short term. And it is something, as I just said, he said the same thing that I agree with. It's real that needs to be addressed in the long term, but short term, it's not a gigantic concern. Someone said Plan B power law crying right now. I haven't seen, actually, that's true. I haven't seen Plan B. I haven't seen Plan B tweet in a while. I don't even know. I don't know if he blocked me. I don't think so. I don't think he would. Somebody said about putting this on let me put this on a little bit. Yeah, let's see. We can see these dumps even more exaggerated. Actually, right now we're getting a little bit of a pump. So, ooh, is this a baby inverse head and shoulders? This could push us all the way up to $87,000, so $500 before we get dumped on again. He's on Plan D right now. That's funny. I like that. Anyway, all right, let me continue with the... Okay, so that... Dr. Profit, so this is a very bearish tweet. He says, if you believe the crash is over at 90K, you're mistaken. At 125K, he said he called the bear market, and he told us that 90K is his first main target, which follows a bit of sideways before the next leg down. Prepare for much lower. Final targets, he's saying, are at 60K. So he's saying 60K is where the ultimate bottom is. Thoughts? I look like the bad guy from the movie Hackers. I think I know exactly who you're talking about, and I hate hearing that. Give me 1 second. I need to look this up. I had a woman tell me that years ago. God, yep, somebody told me that too. I don't like hearing that. Are you that woman? Are you that woman that told me that at my job? There was a woman at my job that said that. Is that you? I forget your name, or I forget her name. 69K, nice. Yeah, so that's what his target is there. We'll continue. Bottom or not, there will not be an easy risk or reward for Bitcoin to try your luck. We had the 30% correction. We've only done that twice in 2 years. Both times marked the low. I mean, again, I personally think that, and this is what is still so shocking to me, is that every single day for the past... Well, let me go back to a daily chart. Every single day that we've been bleeding for the past couple weeks, there has been not a single sign of any bounce whatsoever. And even the most bearish people, and I said this yesterday, even the most bearish people on the planet will tell you there's going to be a bounce at some point, even though they're going to say like it's a dead cat bounce and it's not going to amount to anything. But even still, even the most bearish people on the planet will tell you there will be at least a bounce for a couple days, at least, maybe a couple weeks, couple days, and then it'll go lower, is what they'll tell you. But again, it is just a little shocking, in my opinion, that we have not even seen any signs of a bounce. Period. Somebody's saying we have to get a bounce at like 82K or something. Everyone wants to sell the bounce. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too, is that like, if we get the bounce, I agree with people saying it's just going to be like a short-term bounce because there's no actual momentum to the upside right now. Anyway, there's a few other charts I want to look at here. A few other tweets I want to look at. Crypto Michael says, final capitulation wick down incoming. They're going to rip the Band-Aid off. Then the reversal will begin. Really, what is the top comment? LOL, bro, it's okay to say you're wrong. Your track record has been solid, but this one you got completely wrong. You've been wrong for weeks. So I guess his comments don't agree necessarily, but really that's the only way we can get a bounce, is that if we do see like one of those big wicks. You never see bounces when like it's just a slow bleed like we've been seeing day after day after day after day. That's not when you get bounces, So the only bounce we can get is if it gets a lot more violent to the downside first. I mean, that's what the market has always done. So either, at least if the market is going to behave like it always does when it comes to a bounce. And that's why I'm a little just, What's the right word? Just a little like, it's just weird that it doesn't matter in the past how dumpy we get. There should be some sort of bounce, and that's not what we've seen, guys. It looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like we're at 495 likes. Let's smash that to at least 496 likes. Can we smash that to 496? Also, if anyone has not voted in the poll, looks like we have 2,000 votes, 55% bullish, 45%. Guys, I said we were at 495. I asked to get to 496, and now we're at 494. That's crazy. Okay, now we're at 550. Cool. But one of you jokesters, one of you goofballs disliked it. You guys are nuts. You're crazy for that. 86.9, 86.8. I have a feeling we could be initiating further dumping here soon. It looks like... Oh yeah, Nvidia's down 1% as well. It's on my TV real quick. I'm going to look. Yeah, the magnificent stocks just turned red as well. Andy says, "Can you bring up liquidation heat map?" Yeah, let me pull that up quick. Is that the one? Is that the one on Glassnode or CoinGlass? Is it this one? This is like not centered whatsoever. What is this? I don't like this one. It's not really. Mr. Blockton, was that you, big dog? You're the one being a goofball over there? Matt G said, so all markets are dumping. Where is liquidity going? Is it going into gold? No. Gold's dumping too. Gold, in my opinion, as I've been saying, looks like a textbook dead cat bounce. So out of the 30 bull market peak indicators, as we all know, 0 of them have been hit. Real quick, let's go through a little. What exactly is on this. We have the Pi cycle top indicator, the Pel multiple, Bitcoin rainbow chart, ETF outflows, Bitcoin MVRV Z-score, 2-year moving average multiplier, RSI in the 22-day, altcoin season index. So a lot of these I think people are familiar with. Like people know and they've heard of them and they've used them before. But yeah, all of them are saying. So again, isn't that weird, right? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that none of the signals, I mean, it's not like, maybe, wouldn't it be like a little more sense of maybe, it made more sense of maybe like 5 of them were telling us it was over? Oh, somebody said all BS indicators? Possible, yeah. Watch ICP. I'm telling you, a huge move is coming. Chart looks like garbage, but what doesn't? So are you saying a huge move to the downside? Because we already kind of are having a slow but huge move to the downside. Peter Sniff is disappointed the liquidity is not going into gold, so he's not tweeting about gold as much. Well, gold has had a really good year, though, but the past couple of weeks it's not been. Yeah, Pi cycle top did not say top is in. True. Bitcoin options providers squeeze markets down so they can do M&A with who breaks. Daniel, have fun with your whiskey. That's actually my preferred liquor, by the way, is whiskey. Have we been in the hope phase since November of 2022? What Bossman says is here, this price action is 100% the result of a forced seller after the 10/10 liquidations, the October 10th liquidations. I think that's an interesting theory, right? Because what I've been talking about is the crazy wicks where altcoins went to the lowest they've been in years in the matter of seconds and then bounced back up. That was really weird. That was on October 10th. So I agree. I feel like ever since, we can pull it up, ever since all the charts looked like this with these massive wicks down like that. Look at that. I mean, what is this? Ever since then, the prices have been garbage. Wait, well, this is not ETH. Yeah, Bitcoin. Just so bad. So bad. CZ. Is the dollar up right now? Yeah, actually the dollar is up. Let me, we can look at that down here. Yeah, dollar's pumping a little bit. We're up about 0.1% today. Dollar is pumping. True. Yeah, somebody said, I don't understand. Why would that take this long to liquidate? Why wouldn't it happen in a small... I mean, yeah, like, why isn't it happening quicker, too, right? It's a 4-year cycle of self-fulfilled prophecy. If everyone repeats it, will come true. Cosmic said, watching Tyler flip has been interesting. I'm still blindly bullish. Don't get me wrong. In fact, watch this. How can you not be bullish when a chart looks like this? Check and mate. Sorry, bears. Can we get some W's in the chat? Sorry, bears. Better luck next time. WW. Oh, nice. Yeah, let's get some W's in the chat. Let's go. I gotta get some new songs. I can't keep playing the same song. Oh, T-Bird Mr. T coming with the L in the chat. Dog, bro. Coming in with that L. Got a lot of W's. Got a lot of W's. Get the baby bears wrecked. Sorry, baby bears, but have you seen this chart? It looks like maybe we're getting a little bit of a... the market maybe stabilizing a little bit for the day. Not really saying much because... I mean, what is this? So this big candle that we got when we lost 100K was about 5.5%. Actually, about 6%. And today this candle from wick to wick is 7%. But from the top to where we are now is about 6%. So this is basically the biggest... the biggest dump since we lost 100K, which is saying something, really. There's just quite literally no... Oh, somebody said I'm surprised I'm not buying. I actually did. I actually bought yesterday. I did buy more yesterday. I don't have that much more money left that I can be buying, to be honest. I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys. I don't have that much more money to put into the market. Like, that's the simplest answer to that. But I have been buying. Like I said, I have less than 1% of my net worth that I can invest. Like, probably far less than 1%. I don't have much cash. Like, I don't have much to be buying. It's all basically Bitcoin to begin with. I've got no money left. Where's me money? Where's me money? Sigma, surprisingly, I don't actually make, like, from YouTube itself, I actually don't really make that much money. Like, ad revenue and, like, and even, like, donations and whatever, like, on YouTube, it's not like that profitable. Maybe it is for some people. I don't think so, though. Like, I don't have, like, a huge channel. It's definitely not, like, super small, but it's also not huge. So, like, live streaming, more so, I was like, I just wanted to start live streaming because I've always wanted to do it. And I don't know why I didn't. I should have just started live streaming a long time ago. It's a lot more fun, I think. But YouTube itself, like YouTube ad revenue itself, or doing a live stream specifically, is not going to make me... I mean, if I make $100 from this, that'll be, like, crazy, actually. Which is crazy, but yeah. Yo, thank you for the $1. Also, that's not... You guys definitely don't donate. That's not why I was saying that, but thank you for the... Please don't actually donate to me if you said I'm broke. Please don't do that. Keep it, for sure. But thank you, though. But yeah. Having money in the bank is like having crypto on exchanges. True. Thank you for the McDonald's fund. But please don't donate, though, guys. Like... Is the volume... Somebody said, am I on... Is the volume still there? Volume there? Tyler, go to the inverted 4-hour chart on Bitcoin. Draw parallel. Wait, so let me see if I can wrap my head around that. Inverted 4-hour chart. Okay. Okay, inverted 4-hour chart. Draw a parabola starting from the all-time high top. Oh, this is almost over my head. You have to zoom back so far from this. Oh wait, that's are you talking about this top? What is that? I don't think I did that right at all. I don't really know what you're asking, actually. I'm getting myself confused. All right, so back to the Yeah. All right. So price looks like it maybe has stabilized a little bit here. Start a OnlyFans. This might be a controversial take. Actually, do you guys? Yeah, can we do a controversial take real quick? Somebody mentioned OnlyFans. Can I have a controversial take? Let me think about this before I say it. Actually, no controversial take. I'm gonna go pee really quick, and then maybe I'll come back with a controversial take. I gotta think about this for a sec. Oh, we're getting a little bit more of a bounce, I think. We're getting a little bit of a bounce. James, thanks for the $5, but also please stop donating. Put it into Bitcoin instead. But also thank you a lot. I don't want to sound ungrateful, so thank you a lot. Mic up the toilet. Yeah, that would be kind of chill, actually. What if I had like a setup where I could do that? I wander off to see what's out there. Yo, the schizophrenic guy's back in the chat. I love when they type like that. It's crazy. I have so many notifications. Oh my gosh. This is overwhelming. I'll check that later. I did wash my hands, yeah. I have a little bit of OCD. Why did like 5 people ask if I wash my hands? We got a lot of people looking out in the chat, making sure my hands aren't dirty. Golden shower. Oh, my controversial take was just that like, well, I guess it's not that controversial, but if I was a woman, if I was like an attractive woman, I probably would do OnlyFans, right? Right? Is that a popular opinion or a controversial opinion? I do know a lot of women that start OnlyFans. Like a very, very small percentage of women are actually successful with OnlyFans. Like from what I've heard, like 99% of people that do OnlyFans aren't successful because it's hard to be successful. Just like with anything, I guess. Like 99% of people that do most things don't necessarily see. Well, specifically on the internet, I feel like, right? Watch Asmongold's YouTube channel. Are we reversing? Oh, we're having a little bounce. We're only down 4%, 4.3% now, so we're going up a little bit. I can even hear that I triple shaked instead of double. I don't even shake. I just let it. I let my trousers absorb the damage. That's a good point. Somebody said if I wanted to do an OnlyFans, I could always become an attractive woman. They do have the techniques to do that these days, actually. I could actually do that. It would take a lot of surgery, but I could do it. Technology is kind of insane. I could do it. Or I could just do like AI. That would actually be a little bit easier. And yeah, it looks like we did break support for sure. Taylor, I actually recently, well, no, I've known this, but like Tyler is actually a man and woman name, so I wouldn't have to change my name either. It's just My name's already a boy and girl name. I used to have a lot of Indian viewers that would always call me Taylor, and I don't know if they were purposely trying to be rude or if they thought my name was Taylor. I never understood why I was called Taylor so much, actually. Guys, hit that like and subscribe if you're gonna get something yummy to eat today. I hope actually, honestly, I think you guys should like treat yourselves a little bit. It's been a rough couple days for the crypto market. I think, you know, it's almost the weekend. I think you should treat yourself a little bit and get yourself something yummy to eat. Just enjoy your day a little more. Do something that makes you happy. Sorry, we're saying Taylor. Sorry, just like you. Tyler Swift. Yeah, Tyler Swift. Yeah. This drop makes little to no sense to me. Why is there no bounce? Where's a bounce? I know it's going to keep going lower, but where's the bounce? Everything beginning with, if you were a girl, abort mission, true. So, Costco hot dogs. Those are pretty good. The Costco pizza is, I'm a big fan of the Costco pizza, actually. Controversial, but I actually like the regular cheese more than the pep. Let me see if there's any big tweets going on right now. Peter Schiff was right. David says Bitcoin is going to zero. As I said, I think we're actually going below zero. Link says, I've been studying technical analysis my whole life, and there were zero signs. Oh, wait, what is he saying here? Hold on. I'm not sure I understand what is the... I can't tell if he's being sarcastic or not. Yeah, the chicken bake. I've heard that it's... I've never actually had the chicken bake. I think that's like the one thing I haven't had there. It looks really good, though. I want to try it. Let me keep... Yeah, Bitcoin is down 40% in the last 45 days. That's almost 1% a day of just going down. Somebody said they went on a date last night, and he told her he was a crypto trader, and she felt bad, paid for dinner, and ordered an Uber home. It's really sweet. We should normalize women treating crypto bros with some decency, because truly, it's hard out here being a crypto guy. Yeah, what is this? This tweet will be interesting. I'll look at that in a second too. This is not a normal sell-off. Market pricing and the potential for no rate cuts in December. This will not resolve quickly. So yeah, that's also one of the possibilities. I mean, to be honest though, like I don't think there's necessarily a big news or fundamental reason why we're dumping at this point. At this point, I think it's all momentum. The momentum is very clearly just down. I mean, if you're just slow bleeding every day, who cares if the news says anything? It's just very clearly a slow bleed. But yeah, he said this dump was completely unexpected. I've been studying TA my whole life. Again, I can't tell if it's sarcasm or not. But then also we take a look here. Bitcoin has definitively lost the 50-week moving average as support 4 times in history, and every single time we went on to test the 200 after that. And this was back on November 4th, so 3 weeks ago, pretty much. What he says here is it would truly get disgusting around here if we head to the 200 moving average at 55,000. So yeah, we're already seeing some pretty low targets getting thrown out there. Usually that's, well, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of reasons why. Are we going down again? A lot of reasons why this should have had some sort of dead cat bounce, and we still haven't gotten one. Somebody said, you better pray that crypto is not included in the Epstein files. Well, that would be crazy. 230 million liquidated from crypto in the past hour again. 210 actually. A little over 230. Tom Lee said on CNBC today that Bitcoin will make a monster move in the next 40 days before the end of the year. Don't know if I believe it. Don't know if I believe that. People are starting to lose hope. Key price levels in the market. Oh, no, never mind. He's just advertising a paid group. I'm not going to Yeah, it looks like all structural support has been broken. Except, again, if you look on a weekly, let me zoom out. Right where that white line is, there's clearly that was like the last big pullback. Wouldn't it be funny if that's where we bounce? Wouldn't this be funny if this is the low right around 85K and then that's the low and yeah, I mean, it's hard because I completely understand the case that we're entering a multi-year bear market. I completely get it. I also completely understand the case that this is the biggest and best fake out that the crypto market has ever seen. And to be honest, I don't have a strong opinion on which I think is more likely. I want to be very convinced of one of them. I really want to have a strong opinion, but I just feel like I don't know. I want to be convinced more. Obviously, we're like this close, in my opinion, to being convinced that, okay, yeah, structure is gone. And in so many ways, the structure is gone, right? Like very, very, very bearish signals across the board. But then also, like I said, there's very, I don't know. It's hard to, what would really have to happen? Honestly, at this point, I think I would actually get more bearish if we did have a bounce here. Like a dead cat bounce. Like if we actually finally do get a dead cat bounce, a part of me almost thinks that like the fact we're not even getting a bounce at all means that this is just not a typical dump whatsoever, and we have to write off what we expect to happen based on history. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's so atypical that, like I said, I think I would actually get more bullish if we had a bounce here, because it would be a dead cat bounce in my opinion. The fact that we're just straight up bleeding. So I know the argument as well that Bitcoin has never had an economic crash like 2008, right? I understand that point too. If we are about to have an economic crash, or we're in the middle of one right now, is it predicated on the AI bubble? Is that kind of the basic? Is that just the basic thesis for that? I guess that. Is that what the argument is for that? We will still bleed after December 1st, Kato says. Possible. We have 10 days. We have exactly 10 days, I believe, right? We have a week and a half until we find out if December will save us and send the Moon Boys the golden ticket, or if we are done. Dunzo. I really want this dump to just get worse. I just want it to accelerate. I want it to do something. David, did you miss the pump? Don't worry, brother. Not even close. No pump whatsoever. No pump. There's no pump in our future. Although we did actually have a micro baby bounce. Somebody said, I hope we don't get Cowen's 200 moving average retest. Just quick, Dean, what is that exact number? Like what price would that be? No pump November. Dead cat bounce December. Let's see how far we can go with this. Just kidding. We're going to dump January. F everything February. Make my portfolio green again March. Uh, 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 absolutely, absolutely dumped on April. A CCM database will never be the future of money. Reverse Bitcoin Core 30 and the money will return. Start discussing it. Somebody said we're bearish for 3 to 4 years. We're bearish for 8 years, actually. We're done. We're done. May the gains, yeah, may the gains be with you. That's pretty good. March my words. What's after May, June, F it February. True. We'll go to 69. Nice. Bitcoin will also go lower. I'm bearish every time I look in the mirror. Don't say that. Guys, send that risky text. You got nothing to lose now. That girl you've been thinking about, the date, the one that got away, the one you used to spend all your time thinking about, send that text. Just do it. What else do you have to lose, right? These are like, you can't truly grow and become the person you want to be until you lose it all. And we're losing it all right now. So take that risk. Do that thing you're afraid to do. Ask the mommy down at the grocery store out for a dinner and drinks. Just try something new. Don't be afraid. Just do it. And if you fail, that's okay. Everybody fails. Just try again. Instructions unclear. That was quick. Wait, Carl. Wait, what is She's married now. Who's married? The woman at the grocery store? Joe, you've isolated for a week. Make sure to respond to those texts. Tell people you're okay. Tell them you love them. Don't isolate. It's bad for your mental health. Go for a run. Go for a jog. Carl, if you're married, don't cheat on your wife. That's disrespectful, and it might hurt her feelings. So don't do that. You don't have to pay for a date. Maybe just take her on a walk. Tell her you like take her to the park. You don't have to go for dinner because that costs money. You could take her to the park. You could show her some of your cool hobbies, like if you like trains or if you like action figures. Take her on a nice cheap date. Ooh, did you actually go get McDonald's? I could eat McDonald's. I don't think there's a McDonald's close to me. Otherwise, I'd get one or I'd get some. I'm gonna have to settle for like Taco Bell or Wendy's or something. Spam and cheese picnic. TA means nothing. Liquidity rules price. I mean, yeah, basically, right? Like, our liquidity is completely dried up. Ask the cashier out at McDonald's. You got to wait for her shift to be over. She's in work mode. Costco. Actually, Costco does have cheap food. The hot dogs aren't even that expensive, right? See, we're in the part of the cycle where we need to really start about. We need to think about saving money. For sure. Spending money right now is not an option. Quite literally, because we don't have any money. What do you guys think? Do you think this is like a decent zone for a bottoming? That's what that one guy, I read that tweet earlier. Oh wait, let me zoom out. Do you guys think this is like a decent bottoming zone? Like, do you think what that guy said about like 77 to 80K, do you think that makes sense? Just goon in the drive-thru? Yeah, girls love that. Girls love when you goon in the drive-thru. Yeah, no, I know. Brian Armstrong was in the White House. Is there a progression on the bill? I don't know, man. I don't know. What are they doing, really? I mean, politics in general and like politicians in general, like, are just very not consistent. They just say whatever. Isn't it crazy too how many politicians go into office, with maybe $100,000-$200,000 salary, and after a couple of years they're worth millions and millions of dollars? Isn't that crazy? And then nobody can do anything about that because they're the ones that make the laws, right? Is that not crazy? Yeah, low-key collector. Didn't that guy actually go through the drive-thru doing that, and then he like unalived himself? That was kind of crazy. I heard that story because he went viral and he was like embarrassed, so he just like rest in peace. Yeah, I guess politicians just always get really lucky when they get into politics. Weekly RSI is close to bottomed out and usually doesn't do that until close to the bear market bottoms. Don't know what to think of that. Yeah, the weekly RSI is so cooked. It's cooked as much. It's cooked as much as it was at the bottom of the last bear. So that's insane. I mean, really, if you want to go by some of those metrics, you could say, hey, the bear market just ended because we just went as low as we did in previous bear markets according to some momentum oscillators. But no, obviously, I don't think that, considering there's quite literally no bouncing happening whatsoever. I mean, maybe we should get Gary Gensler back. Maybe we should just have him destroy crypto. Maybe it'll make the price pump because nothing else is making it. Bull trap? Well, for a bull trap, we need to actually be pumping. We're not getting any pumping. So like a bull trap would be something like this, right? Like, let's say this is the, say like it bounces up here, traps the bulls, and then we get dumped. But we can't have a bull trap because nothing bullish is happening. Someone says my theory, the 4-year cycle was always tied to liquidity. I agree. And since new liquidity is coming in 2026, they're forcing a mini bear market to keep retail guessing about cycle patterns for the next 3 to 4 years. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy if 2026 ends up being the pumpiest year in history? Wouldn't that be crazy if 2026 just ends up being like a real bull market and all of these dumb indicators we have, all of this technical analysis, all of these dumb top indicators, like the 30 top ones, just don't mean anything, and they just blow the whole thing away, like all these theories people have? David says, I asked Grok what it thought of the current cycle, and it thinks mid-2026 is the top. Does that mean we're going to go up? Inverse of the inverse of a bull trap, that's a fake breakdown. Also a fake breakup. Mommy makeout. 2026 will be bullish. Let's go. Okay, I hope so. What flavor? This is a strawberry. Retail is struggling. That's why they never showed up. Yeah, retail is just so uninterested. Red line at the bottom of the stream is acting as support. What red line? The red line? This red line is just what the current price is. Edward says, it's ogre. You missed selling the top for the 3rd straight year. I'm shooting for missing the top on the next cycle too. What happened in 2025? Yeah, we gotta push the goalposts, Ricky. That's the point. Bennis over while making the bulls watch. Classic liquidity grab. Yeah, that's another thing. That's why liquidity is so important too, because people need to have money to buy, right? It sounds so dumb. It sounds so obvious, but like, who's going to buy when nobody has money? The bigger Bitcoin gets, though, also, the harder it is to pump, the harder it is for retail to be able to pump it, right? So Dean says the red progress bar for the live stream he's talking about. Red progress bar. Oh, is it just like because my thing is. The goalpost has been shifted to the moon. Just classic manipulation all the way down to the bottom. But that's the question. Where's the bottom? Peter Sniff was right. The bank wants cheaper Bitcoin. 2026 could be a good year when Jerome Powell retires and interest rate cuts. So is Trump, that's another question. Trump is installing a new Fed chair, and that's going to be sometime in 2026. I believe early 2026, right? To be fair, though, I think that will give Bitcoin and risk assets specifically, if he just installs somebody that does what he wants them to do, it'll like give some momentum and ability to like pump the markets, but like I don't think that much, really. I don't think anything crazy, right? Someone said, what's the most unexpected event? It's the market to blast off. Yeah, I mean, nobody thinks the market's going to pump. I don't think we're going to get a pump this month. As I've said, I think the only, even at this point, I feel like we won't even get a dead cat bounce until December at the earliest, considering there's like no signs that that's even, close to happening. Yeah, like a Trump loyalist, basically, to just do exactly what. But also, it's funny because Trump also installed Jerome Powell, I believe, right? Crypto says that 82K is the target for this dump. Someone said this really sucks. My alts were just at break even at the top, and I swear I would not hold them down again. What would be a catalyst to pump again? Liquidity. Probably that's maybe like the only thing at this point, or like a business cycle. I mean, remember that like a couple months ago, like M2, like the money expansion just rapidly happening, and with the lag on Bitcoin. And stocks basically also were pumping alongside of it, and Bitcoin typically did, but now and then it just didn't. It just kind of went down. I agree. I think October 10th was like something weird happened. Something broke on October 10th. On that big dump, something big happened. We might get a Santa Claus rally at the end of the year. Trump nominated Jerome Powell, but the Senate and Congress and so forth also agreed. Ooh, peppers. I don't have any peppers now. It's too cold out. But I have some crazy hot sauce in the fridge. Really good. Ooh, it looks like 86.5. We're pretty low. We're pretty close to the low of the day. Someone said, am I buying today? Yes, I'm going to be buying a little bit today because that's all I can buy because I don't have any money left. But I'm going to be buying a little bit. And when I mean a little bit because I don't have any money that's not invested, basically. Hooded Jumper said everything is copium at this point. See you in the next bull run. Oh, Hooded Jumper 69. Nice. What's somebody said about Warren Buffett? What's he doing right now? What's Warren Buffett? Is he like out of the markets? Like what is he doing? Someone said, why not take profit at 123K? And buy back just like me. That's good advice. Can you take me into a time machine so I can sell at 126K? Are you selling a time machine that I can buy so I can go back and sell at 126K and buy right now? Does anyone have a time machine? Someone said, should I put all of my money? Should I pull out all of my money in altcoins? Some market makers nuked us on October 10th, and for sure there's something big broken. Yeah, that seems like the most likely. Something big happened on October 10th. Oh no, Stumbledore. Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, Charlie Munger. He recently passed away. Yeah, that's what I think is weird. I talked about that earlier, but Bitcoin dominance is still going down, meaning alts are holding up. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Bitcoin is down 5% today. ETH is down about 6%. ADA is down 6%. Sol is down 3%. Bitcoin and ETH. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is the only thing you need to look at to get a picture of that. But yeah, like Bitcoin is not even holding up as good as alts, or like barely holding up better than alts. I don't know. It's so weird sometimes. Like sometimes Bitcoin will dump 5% and alts will dump 20%. And then sometimes Bitcoin will dump 5% and alts also dump 5%. So what does that mean? Well, just people are dumping more Bitcoin and a lot of people holding altcoins are not really dumping. Oh wait, we are so close to the lows for today. I want to see it break lows again. I mean, yeah, we're basically right there. We're right on the cusp of maybe setting a new lower low for the day. Buffett is busy with my mom? Are you insinuating that Warren Buffett is having sex with my mom? Is that what that means? Is that what that comment means? Is that what that chat means, chatter? You think that of my family? Stablecoin dominance is way up. So a lot of people are out of the markets then. My father asked me to buy Bitcoin at 124K. I knew that was the top signal. I'm chasing it with water. Water. Yeah, I wonder if Warren Buffett does have a family. Does he have kids? I think he was married, right? He's a pretty good investor. Yeah, let's see the others Bitcoin chart. Wait, why is that interesting? What about the welcome to McDonald's. Did McDonald's actually yeah, I think Pelosi is a better probably investor. She's just been the queen of inside trading for the past couple decades. Interesting. So what about this chart specifically did you want to look at? Is it having a bullish cross? Bullish cross? Jimmy Fingers, I couldn't agree more. Come into this world with nothing and we go out with nothing. True. That's a good way to look at it. Nothing is ours. We don't own anything. Everything is temporary. Yo, T Crown in the chat. I have used the McDonald's mobile app. It's not bad. You can see all these. You can get some nice deals. Usually get some like free fries and stuff. What was the reason you guys wanted to look at the others chart? Is it the bullish cross? Are we gonna go up soon? We're really close to putting in another low for the day. That's really. I mean, I'm really hoping that we actually do see, if anything, some kind of collapse. Something. Possible bullish divergence. We're so close. Who has better glasses, T Crown or Becker? Does Becker even have glasses? I saw he had like the oiled up baby diaper video or something recently. That was kind of chill, actually. I've actually never had a McRib. Is it worth? Should I get a McRib? I have to locate my nearest McDonald's because I'm not sure where they are around me. Ah. 86.5, please. McRibs are trash. They're not good. I mean, half the people in the chat are literally just practicing what to say as a McDonald's employee, which honestly is pretty chill. Becker is silenced on YouTube for over a month. Has he? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm 99% sure I subscribe and have notifications on for him, but I don't know. Yo, thanks, big dog. Yeah, I basically decided that this market is so trash. This would be the perfect time to start live streaming. Because what do I have to lose? Besides all of my money and all of my net worth, besides that, what else do I have to lose? Streaming is not going to change that. Sometimes you just need to be pushed to the edge. Someone said when you have to stream every day, you know it's bad. Yeah, that's why we're here. The poster guy of the clown. Do I play any video games? Actually, it's funny you ask that. My friends and I have been playing Supermarket Simulator, and you just basically, that's actually really funny. I'm surprised I didn't bring that up earlier. But yeah, you basically role play being a supermarket person, and you can make your store bigger, and you can get new items, and you stock shelves, and then you check people out and stuff. But yeah, I honestly haven't really played that many video games over the past couple years. But yeah, I started playing Supermarket Simulator recently. It's kind of chill. Like you even can do deliveries. Like you can buy a bicycle and deliver people's groceries and stuff. Actually, I think I haven't played in a couple days. I want to see if anyone's going to play tonight. Has Alex Becker started Twitch and do video games? Convince me not to sell. My friend's wife's friend is like addicted to EVE Online. I heard it's like very addicting. It's like the spaceships, right? Become a checkout chick, Tyler. Like a femboy? What do you mean? Can I stream Supermarket Simulator? People gonna repeat with big moves are coming, by the way. 86.4. Is this the new low for the day? I need to get some more water. Hopefully by the time I get back, we're at a new low. It looks like we might be going there. Looks like it. Netflix is down 15% today. Is that true? Comcast is down 10% today. Youch. Oh no, yeah, the candle keeps going off. Okay, 86.3. Ruh-roh. Rut-row. Is this the dump we've been waiting for? Yo, guys, if you like getting dumped on, hit that like and subscribe. If you like getting pumped on, hit that like and subscribe. But if you're a big baby, don't. If you're a big baby, don't hit the like and subscribe. No offense if anyone's a big baby. It's okay to be a baby. But actually, if you're a big baby, hit that like and subscribe as well. Someone said I'm down 17K today. Is Buffett finally... So 82 to 84, a lot of people have been calling... Wait, 86.3. I think we're at the lows of the day. Let me zoom in as much as I can on this. There's still the tiniest little wick. But we're getting there. Alex Becker did upload a video. Nice. I like when I didn't watch it, but I saw the thumbnail. He was like greased. He was like oiled up, and he was like wearing a diaper or something, and he like shaved his head. That's a big commitment to the bit. Did you guys see that when he was like in a baby diaper and things? Or he was like wearing a diaper and he was like real oiled up.
All right, so
I'm literally shaking right now. Ooh, we're actually turning a little bull. It looks like 3,000 people in the chat are not bullish now. Or sorry, 54% are bullish, 46% bearish, which is a slight decrease, meaning slightly more bears have entered. Ooh, are we dumping? 86.2? 86.2? We did hit another low. We did. The movie The Big Short is honestly one of my favorite movies, though. It's so well made. Big Baby Simulator. Yeah, 86.3. We're getting close. Wait, what are stocks doing? We still have 2 more hours that the stock market is open. Yeah, SPX is down 1.2. NASDAQ is down 1.4. Dow Jones is about 0.8. Everything is dumping. This is the least bullish November that I've ever experienced for crypto, even in bear markets. Isn't that insane? $86.25. Okay, we're a little bit of a bounce. Daily MACD at the same level as the low of the 2021 bull run pullback. Donald Trump did this. More like Donald Trump, more like Donald Dump. Can we get some likes in the chat for that joke? Can we get some likes in the chat for my Donald Dump joke? Can we get some W's in the chat? Shaking and creaming myself. Someone said. Slightly more exciting than watching paint dry. Thank you. At least it's slightly. It's at least slightly more. Without any further magoo. 86.3. Quinkev didn't like the joke. Tyler Super W about to get an F in the chat. Can we get some Fs in the chat? Can we get some Fs in the chat for our portfolios? Actually, beautiful. I actually just drink too much milk. I think that's why I have a little bit of a headache. That protein it was 42 grams of protein in that, and it made my neck hurts. Is that like a normal thing? That's what was like rubbing my neck. Can you drink too much milk and it gives you like a headache? Quiet piggy. That was funny when he said that. I think that milk might have gone bad. I don't feel so good. My head hurts. Oh. Okay, 86.2. We basically could be dumping any moment now, like an actual dump. I mean, this candle is so zoomed in, so it looks like a really big red candle, but oh, a sniff test? No, I didn't sniff test it. No. It's probably the milk might have gone bad though. Catchin Fishies 5765 says it's a bear market. Are y'all in denial? Take glasses off. It's gonna go green. Why is my nose so red? Oh, I was blowing it a lot earlier. Maybe that's why. Oh. Also, it's kind of cold in here. My nose gets cold. My nose gets red when it's cold. Yeah, I was crying. Somebody said, what kind of shampoo? I don't use shampoo, actually. I stopped doing that. Are we pumping? Okay, we're actually up like $200. Can we get some W's in the chat for this? Guys, I think... I can't watch this chart anymore until something big happens, so I'm going to call it soon. You should have butt-chugged that milk. Never hurts my stomach when I take that way. Yeah, look at these W's in the chat. Bull markets are back. Bull market is back. Are we losing it again? Is this the start of alt season? No. Not even close. Do you guys remember the mini alt season we had in November? Do you guys remember that? That was chill. Remember when like basically if the cycle was like previous cycles, that's when things really should have like started going up and then actually gone up, you know? Man, I remember that couple week altcoin bull market in 2024. I think it was November of 2024. It was this one. Let me pull it up on the it was this one. Right here. Remember this? We went from 800 billion up to about, we doubled basically. We doubled the altcoin market cap in a couple weeks. Remember that? ADA even went like above $1. It was like $1.13 or $1.30 or something. That was the closest that we've had to an alt season since 2021. I have coins up 30% today, but still down 95% on all of them. Yeah, I know. It hurts, doesn't it? 50K coming? Wrong. We're going back to 0, and once we hit 0, we're going to go below that. Guys, here's some good news, is that as long as you're alive, you can always start over. That's the secret to life, is that it doesn't matter how many times you fail. As long as you're alive, you can keep trying. And I think that's some pretty good advice. Are we still we're still dumping? I actually don't feel good after I drank that milk, so I need to go get some actual food to put something else in my belly besides potentially bad milk. So I'm listening to a guy that drinks bad milk and doesn't smell it first, but I'm going to be informed on financial stuff. Hey, I didn't tell you to watch, dude. That's your fault. You should have vetted this a little bit harder. That's on you. I need to go get some actual food. I can't have bad milk sitting in my belly. Guys, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. Or if we actually get like a bigger dump. Ooh, we're actually down to 86.1. Looks like we are getting a little more of a dump. But I'll be on if something happens. But yeah, let's see if we can smash it up to 800 likes. We only need like 10 more. And also subscribe if you want live stream update or notifications. Someone said it could actually go negative if because of stable coins like Tether have no real value. True. Let's do like a cool outro. Should I do something cool? I don't have anything cool to do, so I'm not gonna do anything, but